Warning. The following video is for entertainment and purposes only. A sense of humor is required beyond this point. Dude and Dude are not professionals yet, so any attempt to copy them in any way would be completely stupid. Seriously, they have no idea what they're doing. Well, I can't say I didn't warn you. Cheers, dudes!
That's Dude.
That's Dude.
Welcome to Lazyboys.
Oh, I didn't say it at the same time.
We're a little off because Dude said something funny right before the pour, and anyways, welcome to Lazyboys Night.
That. I say the same thing. Welcome to Lazyboys Nights.
There you go. So what are we drinking here?
I said Lazyboys Nights in plural.
Oh.
I've been watching Letterkenny lately. I don't know if you ever watched Letterkenny. Watch it. One of the main characters in there, always, all his words are plural. And after I watched that show, it's about, it's a boot. No, they don't do that. I'm just, wait, I'm going to set it up.
Okay.
It's just, when I finish, usually I binge like at least, it's not binging, I guess, if you're watching 2 or 3 in the back row. I'll get to my point. But this character always speaks plural, like every word is plural. So it would be dudes.
And you're
how are you appreciating your beers? You know, like everything. So when I'm done watching a few of those episodes, I end up actually doing that. I catch myself being plural. So I right now said, well, kind of like, welcome to Lazyboys Nights.
That's like when kids watch Peppa Pig and they wind up with a British accent.
Yes. Same. Okay.
So we are drinking the Rad Pale Ale from Thornbury Craft Company. And I like the picture.
That's awesome animation.
Because it looks like a pig, but he's made out of
barley, wheat, hops.
Yeah.
A little bit of everything in there that constitutes as a beer.
Does that mean there's bacon in this beer?
Yeah, there's probably bacon, but it's a magical animal, right?
It is a magical animal. So this
we
beer is not kosher.
Pork is a magical animal. Pork.
It's just a good
It's
word.
a funny word.
All
I love
right.
pork.
Can't wait to try it.
Okay, what? Can't wait to try it? Sweet. Okay, no, we got to do this first. No?
We'll do what?
Go the intro. You want to do the intro?
Yes, I was waiting for
I know,
the cheers.
well, that's what I'm saying. We're going to go. Okay, watch the intro. Cheers.
It's just two guys talking. There they go again, saying anything. Talking about nothing. Nothing new to say. Talking anyway. So much to review. So let's have a cold brew. A cold brew. Everybody's talking. It's not anything. No one's listening. Talking about nothing. They're all yammering. I can't hear a thing. Nothing I can do. So let's have one more brew. One more brew.
Okay, see, that's awesome.
I'm still so confused. Make him stop. Yeah, beer now.
Stop. Dude! Hi.
Oh, dude.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Okay. Breakfast beer. Oh, that's a nice breakfast beer.
This, yeah, the bacon. Well, there's no bacon in here, but I'm just saying this would go well with bacon.
I would eat bacon with this. See, that's a proper
It's very
response.
citrusy. It's very citrusy.
Right away, both of us.
I like this.
Mm.
I like this. It's Thornbury Craft Company. Good job. Good job. The Rad Pale Ale.
You guys have done well.
I'm a
lot of beers we've been having in the last few months where we've been questioning the actual taste of it.
Yeah, there's been a few that were a little...
And then we're trying to super deconstruct everything that we're going through taste-wise and everything. But this, it's even before the smell.
Oh yeah, you can totally smell it.
And as soon as it touched my lips, I was like, I'm already tasting this beer, and it's not even on my tongue yet.
The citrus is very strong,
it's-
but not overpowering.
No,
It's a beautiful melange.
Garrett, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
100%
Oh, good job, good
breakfast
job.
beer.
All right.
Cheers to you guys. Well done.
So, need to point out a few things. What? Yeah, well, yeah, I was going to say. How you doing?
How you doing?
And show them yours.
More cowbell.
You gotta have more cowbell. If you've never seen the classic sketch with
Yeah.
Christopher Walken, shame on you.
Saturday Night Live. Check it out. It's on YouTube. You can go check it
So
out.
these t-shirts were gifts from a fan. Thank you, Natalie. Always appreciated and will be worn with pride.
Yes. So that means that this is officially what kind of a show? This is a nice t-shirt of mystery. We just got it.
Yeah. I didn't think we had a nice t-shirt, a mystery show, as much as that was a little part of it, and then we moved on to something else.
No.
But I think this nice t-shirt of mystery is actually opening up a topic right here.
Well, it is.
The
Friends,
topic
as soon
is
as I saw that.
How you doing?
How you doing? Like right away, as soon as you pulled out that shirt. Name of your sex tape.
Oh.
That'd be a weird sex tape.
Yeah.
Okay, don't forget it. No. Can we take that out? Can you pull?
Nope.
Can we pull it out?
Oh, name your sex tape. So, first of all, I want to say that in the history of television, rarely has a catchphrase, there have been some, but rarely has a catchphrase caught on as much as this one did. This is certainly in the top 5 catchphrases
Yeah,
of all
time.
TV history. Talk to anybody who's ever seen an episode of Friends, you go, how you doing? Everybody knows it's Joey.
And I was happy when that came out because I was tired of doing what you talking about, Willis.
Classic catchphrase from the 70s. What you talking about, Willis?
What you talking about, Willis?
Dynamite!
See, that's another one. So we had the 70s, we had tons of catchphrases, and in the 80s it died out.
Yeah, there weren't a lot. There was just basically Urkel going, "Can I do that?"
Oh my God, yes.
And,
we do wanna do that. But when we hit-
wait. Full House had a bunch though.
Oh yeah, Full House.
Full House had How Rude and You Gotta Do.
Yeah, but it's all Michelle.
And Oh My Lanta. No, How Rude was Stephanie.
Oh, was that her tagline?
Yeah, How Rude.
That's true.
Anyways, but that was like the exception. But then Friends came out 94 to 2004. How you doing? Not only was it a good catchphrase, I know people who actually successfully use that in a bar. Meeting women, how you doing? And people kind of found it charming
works.
because it
It's
works as
cute.
it's Joey,
It
you
worked,
broke the
yeah,
ice, you
exactly.
like Friends, I like Friends.
It starts up a conversation.
Now, I have to say, I've always been a mega fan of Friends. And I was dismayed to
Why is your chair
discover...
squeaking so much? We gotta fix that. Dude, can we
I
call a
don't-
guy for that?
I don't hear anything.
What, we can't call a guy for that?
You got a chair guy?
We got a chair guy.
Really? Cool. Oh, excuse me. That was to cover up the squeak. So,
That was well brought up. Too bad you weren't.
is that your catchphrase?
Only with you.
So, back to the topic at hand. Big fan of Friends, loved it for the 10 years it ran. Still love it today, watched it several times, reruns. It's just one of those shows that makes you feel good. I was dismayed.
Dismayed.
Dismayed. I was dismayed to
Who gets
discover.
dismayed?
I did.
Holy
I was
jeez.
dismayed to discover.
Okay, I don't want to diatribe.
It's not a diatribe. It's
Just-
just. It's
you
just.
can share.
I'm just sharing a point.
Sharing is
and I want
caring.
to see what our fans think.
Mm.
Friends is currently available on Netflix.
Is it still? Because they paid.
As far as I know,
They paid a ton to keep Friends on Netflix.
as far as I know, it still is. Or if not, it was up till recently. If it's not anymore.
Yeah, because they
But
were going to pull it because their contract was done, and then they renegotiated, and it was like this crazy money.
Point
so
being-
all our friends, all 6 of them, they're loaded.
Oh, they
thanks
were
to
loaded
next
before.
one. Yeah.
But the current Generation Z,
Yeah.
Gen Z, Gen
Yeah.
Z for the Americans,
Gen ZZ Top.
and maybe very late-born millennials had a chance to discover Friends for the first time on Netflix.
Yeah.
And apparently, the show was highly criticized by that generation
What?
because they're very woke, right?
Yeah, that's the woke generation.
They're like super
Thanks.
woke generation to the point where they're kind of missing the point of certain things and forgetting that you have to take things into context. Friends came out in the 90s, and apparently some of the humor that was okay then is offensive today. But I get that because some of the humor
today.
Because some of the humor in the 70s and 80s was offensive back in the early 2000s. So it goes through generations, but they're very woke, and all of a sudden Ross is toxic, and Joey's a chauvinist.
No.
Chandler's a homophobe, and they're very insensitive to the transgender people because of Chandler's mom / dad.
Yeah.
Chandler's dad / mom, I should say.
Oh my god.
And all this stuff. And I'm like, can you guys just freaking relax and take something for what it is? There's obviously some stuff that is blatantly offensive, but there's some stuff...
No, there's not. Don't start that, man.
No. I'm not talking about Friends being blatantly offensive.
Okay.
I'm saying if Friends
don't.
sat down and started doing very, very, very racial jokes, it'd be like, okay, but this is just...
If you took all of that and took it out of Friends, that carcass of what would be left would be nothingness.
It'd be dull.
It'd be boring as hell. And that's one of the
conflict
major...
makes funny.
Holy frick, yeah. I mean, comics, right, when they go on stage, their job is to push that limit. And a lot of times, laughter is uncomfortable laughter because you're looking at everybody going, I found that funny. Am I alone? Oh, no, I'm not. Oh, thank God.
I agree with you. So I'm thinking these people are just a little too sensitive about what's going on. And
they're not trying to
if they're offended by that show, seriously, look at some of the shows from the 70s and 80s.
Don't watch All in the Family.
All in the Family. Archie Bunker
if
is
you're
probably...
offended by Friends, don't watch All in the Family.
Archie Bunker, the lead character, was like probably the most sexist, racist, misogynistic SOB on TV.
But even his character was purposely done that way to be able to create the conversation.
Exactly.
And
even his character grew and woke.
Yeah, before woke was woke, we've been transitioning like from generation to generation, from since TV has started. If you look at every 10 years of TV, it's completely different, right?
Oh yeah.
And every time we learn, you know what? It was, and this is one of my favorite things to say to people is like when you start doing this woke BS, is like, okay, there was a time where this was, even though it wasn't acceptable, it was accepted, which is completely different. So if you look at something like Friends, you're going, okay, even if you're offended today's standards, it was accepted back then, even if it's not acceptable today. Those standards, you can't transition that. It's impossible. And even people, I'm sure, if people that were watching TV, let's say back in the 60s or 70s and watch shows from the 50s, they're probably going, what? I can't believe you just said that. What? She's working from what?
Here's what I want to say to Gen Z. Whatever you're into now, I guarantee a couple generations from now, they're going to criticize you for liking it. So get over yourselves. So every generation does it.
However you think you're saving humanity right now, wait for it. Wait for it. Buy a ticket. Stand in line, because you're going to get nailed to the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Next generation's going to pick at you, and you will feel the wrath that we're feeling now. And you're going to say to them, would you just relax? It's funny. Funny is funny.
Funny is funny. Now, enough about the criticism. Let's talk about the show. The show was a funny show. The show is a staple, and it's part of pretty much every top sitcom list ever made. It always ranks high up there.
It was number one for how many years, dude? How many years was it number one? This is massive.
It ran for 10 years, and it was one of the few ensemble...
Wasn't there a song like number one?
Oh, I'll Be There For You, the theme song. Oh, it's Billboard hit. That made the Rembrandts.
I played the radio so much.
Can you name any other song from that band?
No. The Rembrandts. I even know their names.
I just said it.
No, I said it. You didn't even say it. I'm in my own zone.
Rewind. I said it like 5 seconds before you did.
For real?
Yeah.
Dude, rewind. Seriously, rewind. I want to... Well, I'm not going to hear it, but I just want to see if that's the truth.
That made the Rembrandts. See?
Yeah, fine, okay, whatever.
Yeah. So,
I'm super proud of myself that I remember that.
after I said it
I
5
didn't
seconds
listen-
before.
No, I wasn't even listening to you. I'm in the friend zone. Oh, I'm in the friend zone.
Which you don't
That's
want to
a
be, by
thing.
the way.
No, you don't want ever
No.
want to be in the friend zone. Unless you actually want to be in the friend zone.
Now, who was your favorite friend?
Okay, so here's the thing with Friends. Dynamite cast.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody was so well cast.
It was perfectly cast.
Whoever made the casting, whoever did the casting, can you put that down, because that's really important. It's going to be in the credits, right? So casting for that was phenomenal because the characters were so well chosen with those actors.
I hear
but
that
overall, because I've heard all the stories of how everybody who was chosen first and who got on board for whatever reason and everything, but whenever I look, because I still watch it today. Actually, I've seen it on the whole from beginning to end, and then beginning to end, and beginning to end, and even when it pops up, I'll still watch a show from here, whenever.
it's comfort show.
Exactly. It's like it's like meatloaf for the brain, whatever. It's comforting. It's comfort food, right? So it's a comfort show. But for me, overall, everybody enjoyed, but Ross is the one that made me laugh the most.
I would agree that Ross had the best physical humor aspect.
But even just his reaction.
Oh yeah,
to
well that's
things-
part of the physical for me because he wouldn't just react.
Yeah. So
He'd be
I
like,
guess it's the physical.
his whole body would react, and
like always being surprised at stuff.
oh yeah,
That's
or
the
just
thing
and the his delivery of "we were on a break." He's just he really believes. And in fact, that was in interviews where even years after the show is settled, the show's over, they ask him, "Were you really on a break?" And the answer is yes, we were on a break.
But just the way he yells it out at one point, I can't remember which episode, but he loses almost his voice. We were on a break. He's like, oh, leave me alone with this crap.
One of my favorite scenes from Ross, and I've seen this meme posted where somebody actually showed a snapshot of the page from the screenplay, and when you read the scene in the screenplay, it's not funny. There's barely any words, and there's very little direction. And this shows you the comedic genius of these actors, but this is dominantly Ross. It's the scene where they try to bring the couch up the stairs, and he keeps going, pivot! And on the page, all you see is pivot. They struggle. Pivot. They can't get the couch around the corner.
That's
Pivot.
awesome.
And that's it. But it's a scene that runs forever, and you can't help but laugh with the way he's like, pivot! And it's such a monumental event over something so stupid because the performance is so hilariously brilliant.
Yeah.
And that was David Schwimmer playing Ross Geller.
You know what that reminds me of is like the episode in Seinfeld where the entire episode is in a parking garage.
Yes.
So that whole, I can't remember how long, I'd have to watch the show again, but that whole scene in the stairwell with the couch, I don't know how much of the episode it actually takes up, but honestly, they could have done a whole 22 minutes.
They could have.
They could have easily have pulled off a whole 20 minutes of just bringing this couch up.
They could have.
All these different...
It was one of the two dominant storylines.
Unreal.
And
it was
yeah,
so well done.
Other shout outs, Joey to me was always the most lovable character. How you doing? Joey's the one I care about the most. Chandler was the wittiest. Chandler, to me, like verbal sparring, Chandler was the funniest guy
Well,
here.
even the way he was chosen for the role, when Matthew actually read...
Matthew Perry, yeah.
When Matthew Perry actually read for the role, he said, that's me.
Yeah.
That they wrote me into, I have to do this. This is 100% me. And there was... I think there was he had other commitments to another show.
He was attached to a sitcom about baggage handlers in an airport in the future, like in 23 something.
Crazy like that, but anyways, the whole how he's presented, and that's why it's completely genius. Because the way he always punchlines, everything that goes on in every scene, and always has that little. Well, that's actually him.
His manner of speaking became a cultural phenomenon. Could it be any funnier? That was
a thing too,
and it became a cultural thing, and people and the whole knot. That was Chandler.
Yeah,
and that was Matthew Perry.
There's so much.
Phoebe, Lisa Kudrow, was the quirky one, and she brought out that left field humor that just one of my favorite things is when Ross is playing the bagpipes and everybody's like this and she's on the couch all excited and she's like ee, trying to sing along. Ee. She's just so
my favorite Phoebe moment. I'm choking up. Is when she decides to go running with Rachel.
Oh, Rachel and she runs like a little.
And then they start running. Rachel's all proper and it's jogging, and Phoebe's just flaring all over the place.
For me.
And Rachel's like, "What the hell are you doing?" And then when she explains like how, because she has this edge.
Oh yeah.
Like, she's super edgy, but this complete innocence, and how
That
Lisa
blend
was
is-
able to
oh, yeah.
play between the edge and the super innocence at the same time was unreal. And in fact, how she explains when you're a child and when you're running and you don't care about anything, you just want to run and it's awesome and you're just letting yourself completely
It's
go.
the joy of the moment rather than the struggle of the exercise you have to do.
And then at the very end, when Rachel runs with her,
They both do it. Yeah.
I'm like, that's so awesome because that's so true. But most of us are playing adults.
Oh, yeah.
And we don't want to be criticized in any way or viewed in any bad way. But that innocence and that edginess she has because of her background compared to everybody else, she had a horrible growing up. And
she grew up on the streets. Her mom committed suicide.
and her twin sister's a complete B.
Oh yeah.
And then they're going, what? But she has such a beautiful soul, and you can see it.
Yep.
And she loves her friends. And
then Courtney Cox played Monica. She originally auditioned for Rachel. That's what they brought her in for. But she thought she'd be a better fit for Monica because she's a little neurotic that way too. And Monica is that crazy friend we all have. And she played it convincingly. It was funny, but you really believe that if there's a speck of dust somewhere, Monica's going to rip your head off. But at the same time, you want to hang out with her anyways. She's very, very compulsive, but she's still
her
fun.
freakouts, when she went to that high-pitched freakout.
Oh, yeah.
That, to me, would kill me. That I found so hilarious.
Yeah.
That just that moment where she would correct somebody or tell them how to do something, and she would get so angry and just high-pitchy, and then everybody would back off going, oh my God,
Yeah.
I'm in serious problem. There's an issue right now. But just that delivery was awesome.
And then you're left with Jennifer Aniston, who played Rachel.
What you're left with.
Well, the last one. I mean she's the only one we haven't mentioned yet. I don't mean that in any derogatory way. Rachel was the normal person. She was still a little uppity, but I think we had this conversation and you mentioned it. You said about her coming in the show.
Well, the fact that everybody else in the show were already friends, they already knew each other. Like Phoebe was already Monica's roommate.
Yeah.
And the boys were living across the hall.
And Ross was the brother and the best friend with Chandler, blah, blah, blah.
So in Central Perk, when Rachel comes in, she's the one coming into the group. So she's essentially playing, we're the ones coming into that group. So
she's the normal one coming into this, and
her life is
balance.
completely in scramble. She doesn't know what to do with herself, and just the intro song, the fact that hasn't been your day, your week,
your month, or even your
year.
Because she comes in after having run away from her own wedding.
Solidifies that, and she is that, and she's with these friends that are also they're trying to just to live life and just to have, you know, whatever is supposed to happen when you're an adult, and they're freaking out and going, okay, now
adulting is hard.
Exactly, being an adult is freaking hard.
But it was a brilliant cast. It was a brilliant show. Oh yeah.
Throughout the whole show, if you keep that in mind, that Rachel is the audience. We're going through everything through her, and everybody else. It's not that everybody else is a supporting cast.
So that means Ross was on a break with the audience.
That's why he resonated. Everybody was on a break with Ross, or Ross was on a break from us.
For the haters, I don't get it. It's a brilliant show, brilliant cast, funny AF. 10 years of hit after hit after hit. Rarely have they made a bad episode. Only one storyline sticks to my mind as being a stupid one. Other than that, it was brilliant.
Well, you just think of, at one point, if you were in Hollywood and you were invited to be
A guest,
on the show, it was a massive deal.
Yeah.
And if you think of everybody that was actually on the show as guest stars,
huge
that
names.
guest star list is ridiculous.
Bruce Willis,
Oh my
Tom
God.
Selleck,
Brad Pitt was on there.
Just so many.
Ant-Man was on there.
So
He
Paul
was
Rudd,
on-
yeah, he was on the show. He married Phoebe, so
Yeah.
he was. I guess that makes him the seventh friend.
Yes. So,
Anyways.
I could go on and go on, but that's. Thank you very much, Nat, for the T-shirts. Right.
Thank you for the memories.
So
and
it
that,
brings out-
Nat, how you doing?
There we go.
All right.
Oh, I almost forgot. No, I forgot. What? It's okay. It'll come back to me. You'll be gone, but I'll still tell him.
I'm so confused right now. The cat, smelly cat.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to bring up.
Oh, let's bring it up now.
Okay, so Phoebe, when she would play guitar,
Yeah.
I just want that we can leave the show, but we can't use that song. Can we?
No,
can't
it's,
use the
no,
song,
it's
right?
copyrighted.
So,
It's
anyways,
copyright, yeah.
Smelly Cat became a massive thing too. Anyways,
there's
it's just nonstop.
We could talk about
have
Paris.
like 3 or 4 other shows. But
There we go.
anyways, thanks for the memories. Just the fact that you had the T-shirt, how you doing, is a big thing, big deal. It was awesome.
And you know what made friends better?
What?
More cowbell.
Ah, ding, 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 ding.
Cheers.
Cheers. See you next time. Oh, that was awesome. More cowbells.